person for the session. So ma'am is currently working as an associate professor in the Department of ISE, DNM Institute of Technology, Bangalore. So madam has a vast teaching experience, and the madam research areas includes network security in wireless networks, IoT, big data, and machine learning. So madam has published various papers in reputed international journals as well as in national journals. Madam has attended and presented papers in various international and national conferences. So madam is a member of board of studies, NAC International Internal Committee, NBA Committee. Ma'am was a IEI faculty advisor. Ma'am was a member of Women Empowerment Cell. She is an internal auditor and internal squad, and served as a alumni secretary for the institute. So ma'am, as the taught subjects such as computer networks, cryptography, database, principles and compilers, data structures, C, C++, and other subjects in their academics. So we are very happy to have you with us, ma'am. So welcome for the session.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for the warm welcome. Happy morning to all the participants of today's session. Hope my screen is visible to you all. Am I?
Yes, ma'am, it's visible.
Thank you, sir. So, in the very first session, we are going to discuss about web mining. I'm just going to give you a brief idea and a brief glimpse about what is exactly web mining and what is the objective of that and why it is necessary in the society. And also we are going to look at a few algorithms, the tools and the technologies which are currently used in the web mining. So web mining, it's all about web. So the current web, that is, we are talking about the internet, isn't it? So the internet has become a life of everyone's, isn't it? Without the internet, we can't even think about whether we can carry out any such works in our day-to-day life. So, internet, we are all living in an information era. So that the information era is all, I mean, a large day-to-day, in the day-to-day life, a large collections of data has been produced and published. And of course, they all have been added onto the web. The studies says that, the statistics says that there are more than 10 millions of data have been deposited, have been stored in everyday's web storage mediums. So the data has become more and more large and enormous. If it goes like that, of course, there are a requirement, there is a need for, there is a demand for a lot of techniques and the tools which are used to analyze and to extract and to discover the patterns, the data and the informations which are available on the net. So that is what we are going to discuss about under the topic called web mining. So web is a collection of interrelated files on one or more web servers. Isn't it? So what is called web mining? So web mining is the application of a data mining techniques only, or we can even say this is a subset of data mining techniques to extract a knowledge from web data. So what are called web data? So we came to know that as web mining is a subset of data mining. So data mining is again the process of discovering the patterns from the significant patterns from the data which is available from the system generated data. So we have came to know that that is web mining is an application or a subset of data mining techniques to extract the knowledge from the web data. So what are such web data? So web data, what are all the data, what are all the informations we all able to see on the web, on the internet, what are all we are using, what are all we are handling. So all such collections of data, the informations are collectively called web data. It may be the text, or it may be the image, or it may be the records, or it may be the kind of a multimedia documents that is audio, video, images, everything. So hyperlinks, tags, and the HTTP log files, server log files, all sorts of assorted collections of data are called as what web data, and those are again categorized into some divisions like web content data and the web structures data and web usage data. So these are all the informations. So from having all these assorted collections of data, how the data are going to be analyzed and how the discovery of patterns of informations are going to happen with the web mining, what are the tools and the techniques that are allowed in the web data mining. That is what our topic today. So before going to get into the actual topic, we just have a brief information about where comes or how web mining differs from data mining. So data mining, we know that it refers to the process of extracting the useful information, patterns, and the trends from huge data sets, which are all the data have been generated from the system. Those are all from the generated system generated data. We are doing the process of discovering the patterns and extracting the useful informations. And the web mining refers to the process of extracting the informations from the data which are available on the web itself, like multimedia objects, hyperlinks, and the log files, even the log file which is kept in the web servers, which has been managed by the web search engine. So the data engineers and the data scientists both are doing web mining as well as the data mining. So, and more or less, these are common too, like both the techniques are common in identifying the patterns and discovering the similarities, like predictions. Those are all some of the applications. Applications of the data mining and the web mining are almost similar, like predicting the scenarios like a weather forecast, or even we can see in the current pandemic scenario, predicting the COVID outbreak throughout the world. That's a kind of applications which we can do with the system generated data or the data which is available on the web. So, and these are some of the common similarities, or even we can say that some differences between the web mining and the data mining. So the ultimate aim of the web mining, what it comes in the sense, like it's a process of discovering or the extracting the information. So that actually benefits to the insight into the greater insight into the current trends and understanding the people's and the enterprises, the needs for the enterprises, and the web users, like people like us in general. So that is what our goal. So why do we want to do the web mining in the sense to get the greater insight into the current trends, the enterprises, that is the industries, and for their growth, how do they can customize their services with respect to the satisfaction of the customers and the web normal uses on the web. So what are the general issues that has been faced in the web mining in the sense? As I have just given introduction about the data, web data, we know that there are day by day, the users of the web, the number of users of the webs actually increases in a significant amount of rate. So, and also there are data, enormous amount of data in terms of, I can say in terms of 6 to 7 terabytes of even more than that terabytes of data have been generated and have been added on the web. So the repository, the web repository has become very large. So it tends to what hundreds of terabytes of data. The data has become more vast and it is like huge data difficult to handle. So this cannot mine on a single server. Of course, that needs a large forms of servers. So the proper organization of hardware and the software to mine multi-terabyte data sets has been required, and we have to find an apt tools and technologies to mine such enormous amount of data. And there is often a difficult, since there is a huge data set of data, so it's often whoever the miner difficulty faces the difficulty in finding relevant informations and also extracting new knowledge from the web. So these are all the general issues, and how this has been efficiently managed, and how the knowledge discovery happens, how the pattern recognition happens, how the prediction happens in the sense. A lot of tools and the technologies which are available currently. So with that, at some extent, this has been achieved. So moving ahead, web mining taxonomy. That is a category, the broad categories, how the web mining has been broadly divided into different categories. So we have web mining, web content mining, web structured mining, and web usage mining. That is web content mining. So web content mining is used to search, collate, and examine the data by search engine algorithms. Like nowadays, robots, like web robots are used in such a process to search and to combine the information which are available on the web. And from that, examining the data by using popular search engine algorithms, that web content mining has been carried out. And another category, we can say that structure mining. That is web structure mining, that is used to examine the structure of a particular website and collate and analyze the related data. So that is called web structure mining. And excuse me?
Ma'am, the screen is blank actually. We are not able to see the PPT. Yeah, now it's okay, ma'am. Yeah.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
There is a little latency in between.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Probably. No, there is a network issues. It's up and on. So we are talking about the broad category of web mining, that is web content mining and web structure mining. So web structure mining is analyzing and examining the web structure. I mean, web structure in the sense we can see that the informations are related to one or more files, one after the another. How those are related? Of course, with the hyperlinks. So there are a kind of a intralink and the hyperlink, so that the documents are interrelated. So in what way, in what hierarchy the documents are related, and from among that the web structure mining is used to predict the priority or most frequently searched web pages. Such kind of a mining comes under web structured mining. And web usage mining. Web usage mining is all about the data which is available at the client side, client end only. I mean, client end in the sense the users who are all browsing, who are currently surfing over the web on the internet. I mean, like visitors, how many visitors are visiting a particular web page, and visitors profiling informations. I mean, web mining on visitors profile, and how long, how much time or how long the user or surfing on the browsing on the net, or how much time the website has been surfed for a particular period of time. And even sometimes a user like us, we used to give our information. So while filling some online forms, isn't it? So predicting the data from the submitted form during the web transactions and other applications. So all these sorts of information discovery or the knowledge discovery and analyzing the pattern, which all comes under web usage mining. Of course, the web usage mining uses web server logs, application server logs, and application level logs. All these are the data which have been given as an input, which has been taken as a data set for web usage mining. So moving ahead here, you can see a simple example that comes under web content mining. This actually depicts how exactly the web content mining looks like. So it is whatever the data, whatever the information, whatever the keyword that we are searching on the web, that gives a cluster of informations that not only see if here I'm searching for the any particular data, for example, web content mining in the Google, it gives a lot of data, a lot of interrelated data as well. So if we click on the first link, and again that will take us to the many more related sublinks. So it's a cluster, and each clusters are having, so each web pages are here considered as a clusters, and each cluster, each web page or each website contains a subset of clusters within that. Those are relevant to the particular web link. So a kind of so web content mining is what to examine, to collect the informations which are present on the web, like in the form of a text or audio or video or images, all these things, how those are grouped together, how those are interrelated, how those are combined, and how the examining and the discovery happens. That is what all about web content mining. So it's a mining only. Web content mining is nothing but mining only. Mining of what? Extracting and integration of useful data, information, and knowledge from web page content. Like web page contents are an examples of what? Images, text, and the audio, video, whatever we are getting. So web content mining is somewhat related, but it is different from data mining and text mining. Okay, so since data mining discovers or it examines the data from the system generated data, where the web content, it's all about the data which is stored on the web servers, on the web, which is available on the web. So web data, and also the main difference between the web mining and the data mining is data mining purely based on structured data. So structured data in the sense there is an order, there is a way of organizing the data from, and there is a level of organizing the data, classifying the data. So that's why data mining, it deals with kind of data. Those data are properly organized and properly structured. For example, you can see that structured data are often numbers or labels stored on a structured framework of columns and rows, like a database. How actually the data are stored in a relational databases. So that is what kind of data which have been actually used by the data mining. But web data are mainly semi-structured data, and or even we can say those are unstructured data. So like unstructured data, if we talk about unstructured data in the sense like multimedia data, and see the text heavy information that's not organized in a clearly defined framework. Those are not properly organized, or those are not organized in a hierarchical manner. Those relationship doesn't exist. So such kind of data like a media post, online reviews, and the videos, the images, even the speech and the sounds, those are called as some of the examples of unstructured data. So the web data are related to data mining, but it is not exactly, since the data mining deals with structured data, whereas the web mining is completely deals with unstructured data. Okay, so with this, we can go ahead with the approaches that are used in mining techniques. So mining techniques has been differentiated based on the two sorts of approaches, that is agent based and database based approaches. So agent based approaches, that is the aim of the agent based approaches is to analyze and to examine the data which is available on the web, like intelligent search agent and the information filtering and categorizations, and with the personalized web agents. So agent based approach that purely aims on information finding and filtering. Whereas the another approach called database based approach, it's all about like modeling the data, modeling the web data into somewhat structured data, so that the available standard database query systems and other techniques have been applied on that to discover the patterns or to analyze the knowledge or the information which are available on the web. So this is somewhat, it is what dragging that web content mining into somewhat related to a data mining, a kind of approach called a database approach. So agent-based approach is a kind of what aiming into filtering and finding the data, whatever the data which is available on that. But database approach, as the name says, databases, it's somewhat, it's trying to, the database approach is trying to model the data into somewhat structured data, not exactly the data that has been used for a data mining process. It tries to model the data somewhat similar to it. Some extent it models the data into structured data. So once we got some structured, I mean, I can say semi-structured data, then we can apply whatever the database querying algorithms and the querying techniques, query processing techniques that we can apply on that. Like we can categorize them into multi-level databases, and we can apply the web query systems to mine the data. So these are based on these approaches, the content mining has been, I mean, generally the web mining techniques have been differentiated into agent-based and database-based approaches. So as I have told, the agent-based approach, it is an intelligent search agents developed that searches for characteristics to organize and interpret the discovered informations. So there exists filtering and finding the data. Of course, some of the examples, like some of the techniques like high pursuit and bookmark organizers are used for filtering and finding the data. And development of sophisticated AI systems acting on behalf of users autonomously or semi-autonomously to discover and organize the informations. So when I was talking about web content in the beginning, like kind of web robots are actually used under this kind of mining to discover or to filter and find the data. So these are acting like agent-based approaches. So obviously there comes the existence of artificial intelligence systems. So those are acting on behalf of the users autonomously or semi-autonomously to discover and organize the information. And when we are talking about the another approach, that is the database approaches, it tries to model the data into somewhat from unstructured data to structured data. So there is an existence of multi-level databases, like from lowest level to highest level. So we are organizing the data. We could able to set up some levels, so we can able to organize the data in a hierarchical way, how exactly the database data are structured or organized in the normal way. So this approach tries to model data from unstructured to structured data. So there obviously exist web-based query systems and the languages developed such as SQL and the natural language processing for extracting the data. And moving ahead, the next broad category of web structure mining. So web structure mining, as I have given, as we have seen the previous slides, that is web structure mining deals about the hyperlinks, that is the data which are related which are correlated with the one another files. So it deals about the web structures. So the structure of the typical web graph consists. So web graph, see here you can see that what is called a web graph, like connectivity, how the links are related with one another. They have been actually formed as a, or considered as a web graph. So each node here, you can see that web page 1, web page 2, and web page 3. A number of n number of nodes are there. Each nodes are actually considered as a web pages. And the directional arrows, directed arrows, those are called as links, which has been coming from each websites, web pages. So this is a typical structure, in the sense we are talking about the web graph, where it consists of the web pages, where the web pages are actually considered as nodes, and these hyperlinks, which are like in degree and out degree, that is inward directions and the outward directions. All these are talking about, all these are represented as a, all these are considered as a hyperlinks, and those are actually represented as edges connecting between two related pages. So it is a process of, so web structure mining is generally, it is a process of discovering structure information from the web. So thereby we can find that is exact sources, exact author of that particular website, or I mean where it has been actually originated. That kind of a mining has been done. So this type of a mining can be performed either at the intra-page document level or at the inter-page hyperlink level. Okay, in the two categories this can be done, that is intra-page and inter-page. That is intra-page in the sense within a particular web page itself we can able to do the mining process, or inter-page in the sense the hyperlink takes us to another website. That website may takes us to another subset of web pages, or even other set of web sites. So that is called inter-page mining. So there are again two sub-classifications exist under the web structure mining, that is the intra-page and inter-page level. And the research at the hyperlink level, that is the inter-page, is also called hyperlink analysis. Hyperlink analysis. Okay, and here exists, there are two major approaches. Those are actually very popular approaches. Those are even we can call them as algorithms, that is a page rank algorithms, and another one is hubs and authorities, that is hyperlink induced topic search algorithms. So we are just going to have a brief idea about what is page rank and what is the other algorithm, that is a hits algorithm. We are just going to brief about this. So page rank algorithms, actually these are the algorithms which are used to discover the most important pages on the web. For an example, in the current scenario, like the search engines, all the search engines, and like for often the search engine we all are often using is a Google search engine. That search engine formed by this page rank algorithm only. So that is used to discover the most important pages on the web and prioritize the pages returned from the search engine by looking at the web structures. And I mean, which takes the highest priority, which is the very first one. Such kind of a priority to identify or to find that priority, highest priority pages, we can use this page rank algorithms. And how it actually performs, how it actually finds pages which has the highest priority, in the sense like the importance of the pages is calculated based on the number of pages which point to it. See, for example, if you consider this web graph, like whichever the web pages that has more number of backlinks, which has the backlinks, that is a backward link. So that has been considered as for prioritizing the pages. So the importance of the pages is calculated based on the number of pages which point to it. Those are considered as backlinks. And also weighing is used to provide more importance to backlinks coming from important pages. So that is also one of the other important instruction that has been taken during this PageRank in order to prioritize the web pages. And this is actually the formula. So this actually used to this has been done in iterations, a number of iterations that will be taken, and in the number of all the resultant of all such iterations, if the consistency exists with the calculated rate of a value with all the searches, according to that, the priority of the web pages has been calculated. And moving ahead to the second approach, that is hubs and authorities. So what is called authorities and what is called hubs in the sense that is authoritative pages. That is, authors defines the authority as the best source for the request. That is, it has the most highly important pages and the best source for requested information. That is generally authorities in the sense it is a web page which has a more in degree. That is, it has a more backlink web pages. In such a form that nodes has been, the web pages has been identified, and those are actually named as authoritative pages. And what are called actually hub pages in the sense of which contains pages which contains links to highly most important pages. So like which contains the out degree, the outward links, the back, those the forward links, those are considered as a hub web pages. A web page, those contains links to highly important pages, those are called as a hub pages. So among this, how that authorities have been determined, how it has been calculated in the sense, a web page which has more backlinks, more best source for the request, that pages are considered as authorities. So here comes an important algorithm that is used by the web miners, that is called HITS algorithm, that is a hyperlink induced topic search algorithms. Again, this is an iterative algorithm for mining the web graph to identify the topic hubs and authorities. So when we are looking at the web, if we are having an enormous amount of hyperlinks, from that hyperlinks, we need to iteratively perform a kind of algorithms called page ranks and HITS algorithms. And all that hyperlinks, as I told you, this comes under web structure. So a graph, so it has been what is it, modeled as from unstructured to semi-structured. So with that as a semi-structured data, the graph has been formed. So from that, an iterative process has been applied to identify the topic of which are all the web pages or the hubs and which are all the web pages or authorities. Okay. And moving ahead to web usage mining. So this is a third category of web mining. So web usage mining, it's all about dealing the data which are present at the client side. So web usage mining focuses on the techniques that could predict the behavior of the users while they are interacting with the World Wide Web, or that is the internet. So this mining actually discovers the user navigation patterns from the web data and tries to discover the useful information from the secondary data derived from the interactions of the users while surfing on the web. That is, as I told you, based on the timestamp, how long the user is visiting or how long he was surfing on the website, and based on the browser, which browser they are using for surfing over the net, to browse over the net, and collecting the user informations, that is called user profiling, and extracting the data from the form data that has been submitted during a lot of web transactions. So all data has been discovered, all data have been analyzed, and examining the data. So that is what I actually called web usage mining. So it's all tries to discover the useful information from the secondary data which has been derived from the interactions of the users while surfing on the web. So web usage mining collects the data from even from the web server logs and the web log records to discover the user access patterns of the web pages. So what sort of a user it is, and what interest, finding the user interest. Okay, and from the search results, finding the users, whether are they academicians or they business people, are they marketing people, or the students, or the normal users, or those who are having the social interest. So discover the user access patterns of the web pages. So it's all about the web usage mining. It's deals about data of the clients who are all using the internet on their day-to-day life. So again, there is a phases of web usage mining. So when we are discussing about the web usage mining, again, it has been categorized into the processes. I mean, this image actually talks about the web usage mining processes, that is pre-processing. What are the stages and how it actually discovers the user patterns, and how it discovers the user interest, in the sense it is undergoing some sort of some stages of a process. So what are that phases or the stages of the process, in the sense of first thing is pre-processing and pattern discovery, and then pattern analysis. So these are all the actual stages that has been employed in web usage mining. So pre-processing, that is preparing the data, collecting the kind of collecting the data also, we can say that that is what pre-processing the data. So pre-processing, again, the pre-processing includes the data cleaning, user identification, and transaction identification. So data cleaning, so whatever the data, so that is what the primary job which has been done in the, even in the data mining process, that also happens in the, that is what the primary level of a job that has been done even in the web mining, that is data cleaning. So by checking the suffix of the URL names, for example, all the log entries of file name suffixes, such as whether it is a GIF file or the JPEG or the PDF or PNG, what sort of a file it is exactly. Since a web structure, in the sense it deals with what highly related number of files. So it has to identify whether it has to, identify the types of the files. So that sort of process is called as what, data cleaning, and followed by that user identification. If the page is requested that does not directly link to the previous pages, of course multi-users are assumed to exist on the same machine. So this is one analogy, that is, if the page is requested that is not directly linked to the previous pages, then multiple users are assumed to exist on the same machine. Maybe many other users might have used that pages. They have searched for the particular kind of information on a particular page. So other analogy involves a combination of IP address and machine name, browser agent, and the temporal, that is a timestamp information to identify the users, what I have told earlier. And the third process is called transaction identification. That is all of the page references made by user during a single visit to your site. And the size of the transaction can range from single page reference to all of the page references. Okay, so all these are a process of a kind of a process that has been performed at the first level of this web usage mining, that is pre-processing, or we can even say that is data preparation. And pattern discovery task, that is clustering and classifications, and sequential pattern, then association rules. That is a clustering and classification, that is clustering of users help to discover groups of users with similar navigation patterns that actually provides a personalized web content. And clustering of pages help to discover groups of pages having related content search engine. So that is what a kind of clustering and classification. That is from the number of visitors and from the number of users, we can cluster them. We can cluster like a group of people who are whether falling into a category like academicians or the industry experts or the students or those who are more fond of social medias. A kind of a clustering, a kind of a classification happens with the clustering the web pages and who overall have visited often or frequently that web pages. A kind of a job that comes under what a pattern discovery task that is called a clustering and classifications. And the next is what a sequential pattern, that is extracting the frequently occurring intersection patterns such that the presence of set of items followed by another item in time order. That is, actually, this is sequential patterns are used to predict future user visit patterns, placing ads or recommendations. For example, if you are using an e-commerce website to place any order for any particular product, we often get kind of recommendations. Like if you place an order for a particular product, you could have noticed that we'll be recommended with the people always used to buy the product along with that. For example, if I am buying any software product, for example, a pen drive. So I have been recommended with the people who always buy together this along with another headphones or such a kind of recommendations. And also like relative products which fall into the same product category. So that kind of information, so that kind of discovery of information, so fall into the category called sequential pattern. And association rules, like associativity, relativity exists among the data or the informations on the web. That is, discover the correlations among the pages accessed together by the client. That actually helps to restructure the website. And good example is e-commerce marketing strategies are used for this kind of web usage mining. And the third one is that is a pattern analysis task. So the pattern analysis, actually this is a final stage, we can say that is a process. This web usage mining actually goes with the process called like data preparation, that is a pre-processing, and pattern discovery and pattern analysis. Okay, so pattern discovery followed by the pattern analysis. So this is a final stage of the web usage mining, which actually involves the validation and the interpretation of a mined patterns. So this actually includes a major process called validation and the interpretation. Okay, so it's all about whatever we have taught about, whatever we have seen so far. Those are all the different types of web mining, that is web content mining and web structure mining, then web usage mining. And we have seen the phases of or the stages of web usage mining as well. So now we are having the summary of web mining categories, that is what are the techniques and what are the tools and what are the algorithms which are popularly used and which are available on different categories of the web mining. That is a web content mining. If you take about web content mining, we can say that it is the techniques which are used under that web content minings or unstructured data mining, semi-structured data mining, and the multimedia data mining. And the tools which are commonly used under that web content minings are Screenscaper and Automation Anywhere, Web Content Extractor, Mozilla, RapidMiner. And the commonly used algorithms are decision tree, naive Bayes, and support vector machines, and neural network analysis, and all the AI agent-based algorithms. Since it's all about, it's like there is more usage of web robots are involved in web content mining. So it automatically falls into the category of what AI and machine learning. And web structure mining, that is another broad category of web mining, where it deals about the structure of the websites and in what order, in what level the data are present on the website. So the techniques which are used in the web structure mining is link-based classification and link-based cluster analysis, link type, and the link cardinality, and also the link strength. And the tools which are used for this web structure mining is Google PR checker, that is a page rank checkers. Here we have seen that hits algorithms and page rank algorithms. So of course, those are the tools for Google PR checker and the link viewer, or the commonly used tools under the web structure mining. And we talk about what are all the algorithms which exist under web structure mining, in the sense of page rank algorithm, hits rank algorithm, and weighted ranking, page content rank algorithms, and timestamp analysis. All these are an algorithms which are comes under the web structure mining. And web usage mining is data pre-processing and pattern discovery and pattern analysis. Of course, this is a phases that we have seen in the web usage mining. And the tools which are used here is data pre-processing tools and pattern discovery tools and pattern analysis tools. And the algorithms that goes under web usage mining is association rules, clustering, classification, and sequential patterns. So all these are the different tools, technologies, and algorithms which are popularly used and which are available under the different categories of web mining. And moving ahead, applications of web mining. So there are a lot of applications are exist in the current trend. We are using that web mining and the people and the data engineers and the data scientists and the researchers are all employing these kind of web minings in a lot of real-time applications like e-commerce. These are majorly used for customer analyzing the customer behavior analysis, and even e-commerce transaction analysis, the website design, and e-banking. See, it's all about like improving their or promoting their businesses, or improving their businesses based on the customer needs. So all these are sorts of what like a customer behavior analysis in the sense of it's predicting the behavior of customers who wants to analyzing the customers mentality, or the way how often which kind of products or which kind of things they are often looking for on the web. So it's a kind of analyzing the customer behavior and the transaction analysis and the website design, and even in e-banking and the mobile commerce and web advertisements, online auctions. So these are all the major applications where exactly the web mining exists. So we have come to the end of this session. So hope I have given a few ideas about web structure mining, web content mining, and web usage mining. It's all about web mining. So thank you for listening.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for such a wonderful session. We hope you have got an insight into what is web mining and applications of web mining in the field of big data and analytics. Thank you for that wonderful session. Dear participants, our next session will be starting at 11 o'clock. I will request you to kindly join by 10:50. As you have seen, sir was giving yesterday about text analysis. Today he will be taking you guys through over the sentiment analysis concept. So please do join at 10:50. So we'll have a hands-on session in the second session. Thank you for